that anymore.
What? For some reason, my computer time is different from my phone time, but by my phone, it's 5 o'clock.
We ready to go?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're
All right,
live.
I'm sorry, we're live. Sorry. All right, let's call the meeting to order then. Thank you, everyone, for attending. Let's start by having Sarah read the minutes from the last meeting.
The regular meeting of the Historic Zoning Commission was called to order at 5 p.m. in the City Hall boardroom with Vice Chair Ken Superling presiding. Present were Codes Director Brittany Fisk, Alderman Thomas Crosland, Vice Chair Ken, Secretary Sarah Adams, Rick Cook, and Will Painter. Absent were Chairman Norman Vetter, Annie Hosea, and Madeline McLaughlin. The minutes of the previous meeting of August 2025 were approved unanimously. As for new business, Dan and Tina Dunford attended to present proposed exterior changes to the property at 116 South Spring Street, formerly occupied by the Bakehouse. They plan to update the existing pink exterior door, repainting it alabaster white to match the surrounding wall, and to add a 30 by 96 inch exterior sign made by Silver Lining Signs. Printed materials were not available for review, but Will made a motion to approve the proposed exterior door color change and signage as presented. Rick seconded, and the motion was carried. Steve Jernigan attended to present proposed exterior changes to the property located at 125 East Fort Street, formerly occupied by Bruce's Florist. He proposed to replace the existing front sign with a backlit cabinet sign measuring 33 inches by 10 feet from his previous building, add stonework to the building's corners, repaint the exterior blue siding to black, and add an unlit 4 by 8 foot sign to the side of the building facing Woodland Street. Alderman Crosland motioned to approve all of the requested exterior improvements with the exception of the backlit sign. Rick seconded, and the motion was carried. Alderman Crosland motioned to approve the backlit sign as proposed. No one seconded, so therefore the motion died. It was agreed that Steve may install the proposed signage, but may not illuminate it due to current code. Follow-up discussion regarding the internally illuminated sign was agreed to occur at the next meeting. Stacy Lee attended to present a request for an exterior sign at 206 North Spring Street for her 501c nonprofit ministry, Peace Journey. She proposed a 24 by 24 inch double-sided sheet metal sign to be mounted on the existing wooden posts located between the road and the sidewalk. The sign will not be illuminated and features a dark blue background with a red heart and white accents. Will made a motion to approve the sign as presented. Sarah seconded, and the motion carried. There was no old business that was brought forward to discuss. The next meeting was scheduled for November 6th at 5 p.m. Since there was no further business, the meeting was adjourned at 5:50.
Any additions or corrections or addendums to the minutes? Okay, we have a motion to approve.
I second.
All right, all in favor of approving the minutes as presented?
Aye.
Okay, go for it. Thank you. Thank you, Sarah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we just have one item on the agenda tonight, and Mr. Jernigan, you're up.
All right. Do you mind if I just sit? It's easier.
Please.
Thank you guys for doing a special call for me. I think this has been going on for probably, I don't know, 3 months or so now. I can tell you guys were not impressed with my non-handsome backlit sign on the front of the building that I had originally. So I worked with Jamie Hardin. We are doing this, and the black is the exact color of the metal, so it's gonna blend in way better than this. Those are independent freestanding routed letters, so it's custom made, custom routed. I'm going to do a light, since you guys are, I'm gonna do something to the effect of that. That's not gonna be exact, it's just the kind of the concept that I'm gonna use to light that. So.
For that first sign we saw?
Correct.
So it has no internal illumination?
Man, I would like
So,
to.
so right now, this is basically what it would look like during the day, I guess.
Correct.
Right? Nighttime lights would be over top of that in some fashion like
Some
this.
capacity, yes, sir.
To externally illuminate.
Correct.
Okay, all right, I'm with you. Keep going, sorry.
Unless, I mean, I would still like to do some type of backlit sign. I mean, the whole purpose of commercial signage is to attract attention. I'm still kind of disappointed in that, but this is, moving forward, I guess the light won't be backlit. It won't be, it'll again be freestanding and independently lit with some type of lighting like that to work.
Okay.
The other thing is I'm not wasting the, $3,000 I spent on the sign that I currently have. I would like to move it to the side location where the 4x8 existing dilapidated sign was it for Bruce's Forever. I want to move that. That's 3x10. It's, still a very nice sign, and I do propose it being lit. I feel like it's facing Woodland. I feel like Woodland is a pretty heavily traveled road. I don't necessarily think that the building qualifies as historic anyway, so I'm still going in circles as that, on that.
So that sign you're talking about that faces Woodland, was that the one previously that was being externally lit?
Correct.
And now it's this sign, which is internally lit?
That's the same thing. That's the same exact sign that I proposed putting on the front of the building. It's
No,
currently.
no. So you said this was gonna move to the side of the building?
Correct.
This physical sign,
Correct.
but it's not externally illuminated now when it goes to the side of the building? It's gonna be internally illuminated?
Correct.
Just like it is today?
Correct.
Okay, all right.
That's what
And
I'm
and
proposing.
the size was what?
That's a 3x10.
This is 3x10?
Correct.
And Brittany, what was the size we had over there before? Was this still meet
It was a
that?
4x8 sign,
So they're allowed-
32 square foot to 30 square foot. I'm two less.
Oh, okay, oh, okay, all right.
And he's allowed 1 square foot of signage per linear foot of lot frontage. and
Got it,
with him
okay.
being on a corner lot, he has
Okay, okay,
equal
cool.
allowed square footage.
Okay.
Okay.
I feel like you provided me with more pictures of the sign, and I don't have them.
I mean, I've got some, Jamie Harden texted me a few options. I think I just included the one I was going with. I think that
Okay.
may be what you're thinking.
Oh, I know, okay.
Like, we had like a blue with a white border and
Okay,
anyways.
yes.
But I think I decided just to go with the white. I think that'll,
Okay. I was like, I thought I
Is
had
that,
something.
okay.
yeah.
But these, you said, so these are routed, so
They're
my.
routed, freestanding, mounted on a metal plate, like
Yeah,
it's.
so I think that's the way my sign at my building is, that says codes department,
Mhm.
because I liked the raised letters better
Yeah.
than the printed ones. So, yeah, that'll.
So
work.
the logo, the letters, everything is independently made and pieced together there. And again, the black looks ugly there. I mean, there's a contrast, but he's gonna be using the exact same bucket of paint. I mean, it'll blend better than the
So
computer does.
it'll look almost more like it's not even on a background, it'll look more like it's on.
Well, I wish he could do it just on the metal. I think that would look better, but with the raised, things, it makes it difficult, so.
And that size didn't change? That's still the size it was before? right?
No, it's actually smaller. That's a 2x10,
2x10.
2x10.
Oh, okay.
As
And before it was
listed.
a 3x10, okay, got it.
Yeah.
And so Brittany, just from a technical question here, is there a difference between backlit and internally illuminated? I've always been curious about this because I really like the idea of backlit signage.
I mean, yeah,
But-
I would
but
think that
I
there's a
think it's-
difference.
There is a difference.
I feel like there probably is. I mean, backlit would be.
You would almost see
When I
the.
think of an internally illuminated sign, I think of a cabinet light.
Which is what that is on the side,
Which is what the side one is.
the side one, yes, correct. The current sign I have at my
So,
current location.
so none of that sign on the front illuminates. It-
At your wishes, sir.
Well, I mean, it's the code, I mean, it's not
It's
my
gonna be
wish. it's-
illuminated by light fixtures, exterior. to the
Exterior
sign.
light, exterior lighting is fine, yes, yes.
I got
that's
you,
correct.
okay, all right. Okey-doke. Thank you.
So I would move that we accept both parts of his proposal. I think the sign on the front is per code. And then I would move that we accept, I think Steve has been very reasonable to work with us, and that we accept the movement of the backlit sign to the side of the building.
Any discussion on that?
So, I don't know when the proper steps of a formal meeting are, but I feel like we've been reading our code incorrectly, even from this year's previous nays.
You've been reading it or interpreting it incorrectly?
Interpreting it incorrectly. I believe that within our written code, that internally illuminated is allowed. And we were reading it without a comma, or it doesn't have a comma. If we change where the comma was, it makes more sense. I think whoever wrote this had one meaning and wrote another.
Well, what do you think it means? I mean, it says to me that it says it's prohibited.
It's K, right? Internally illuminated, electronic programmable, neon, and changeable copy signs. Those are 4 different signs. And those things should not flash, change color, scroll, and that's why they're prohibited. Does that make sense from what I was getting at? So 4 different signs cannot flash, change color, or scroll. And I think we were reading it as internally illuminated that are electronically programmable, neon, and changeable copy. But internally illuminated is a type of sign.
So you would read that then as just 4 different types of signs, none of which are allowed to flash, change color, or scroll.
Correct.
So you would say an electronically programmable sign is not allowed to flash, change color, or scroll.
Correct.
And so what we're eliminating is the flashing, color changing, scrolling, animated.
I think the original intention of the people that wrote this out was to make sure that downtown Manchester doesn't look like Broadway, Nashville. And I think that the illumination is perfectly fine, especially from like what you said of tasteful, right? So there's this, and then you can't do these other things to your sign. This whole Article 14-141 gives you all the other things that you can't do to those 4 types of signs.
See, Will, I read that differently. I read it as internally illuminated signs are prohibited. Electronic programmable signs are prohibited. Neon and changeable copy signs that flash are prohibited. Change color or scroll signs are also prohibited.
That's the way I read it.
Now, is that right or wrong? I think that's a different discussion. What I will tell you is I don't like the idea that Steve brought a sign to us that is not different than something he can look across the street at.
Well, and the
So-
front-facing one also, I'd like to, not that I need my credit here, but I am trying to make the front-facing one a little better looking, if you
Yeah.
will. And so,
So-
if that's what the committee wants. But the side street is still busy, and, man, I don't want my sign to be wasted.
My intention is I want to approve what has been presented.
Yeah.
That's my intention.
Yeah.
But I also think that we should follow the rules. I feel like I have misread the rules.
Okay.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Do you,
Absolutely.
do you
So-
think
so
that we should
if I
try
read it
and
like
clarify
what-
this?
I'm sorry, say that one
Do you think we should have some task where we want to try and clarify this?
I think we can clarify it tonight.
How old
Well, I don't know
is this
how we
code?
change it, though.
How old is this code?
2014, I think. This was the update in 2014.
2014, yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so I mean, these are all the amendments that have happened over the years. So I mean, I'm not sure what each ordinance amended as far as, but I mean, I think the 2019 was probably the mural amendments.
Yes.
And then prior to,
So Will, I do think you bring up very good points. I do think you bring up very good points. That I think we have an opportunity to meet technology and still be classy, still be, meet the spirit of what the code is trying to do. But we can also be reasonable with our, local business people that are trying to make our place better too. So, I do think a conversation about clarifying would be a good one to have.
So,
I would agree with that, but not in the context of a particular
Not in the context of a particular,
request.
Yes,
Okay?
yes.
It needs to be its own agenda item.
I agree.
so maybe I feel like I should read it like you did in the way that I interpret this section K. Internally illuminated signs that flash, change color, or scroll are prohibited. Electronically programmable signs that flash, change color, or scroll are prohibited. Neon, because neon is different than changeable copy. That should be, the way I grew up, it should be command, but you can do it now. But neon signs, flash, change color, or scroll, and then changeable copy signs that flash, change color, or scroll. If they wanted to prohibit the internally illuminated sign, then they would not add the extra jargon of that flash, change color, or scroll. That would be a non-necessary sentence. Or
It should just say, the following signs are prohibited in the historic district, and then just list it.
Just list them.
Correct.
Whatever qualifier they want to add to whatever nuance, electronic programmable that flashes or change, whatever it is, that's how I think it should read, just this list of whatever.
I agree. I think it's perfectly reasonable to read the code either way, and that would be a good thing for us to correct.
Yes, that's correct. Okay.
Now, how do we physically go about doing it?
So
Because this,
let's bring it back just a minute. I think we've had a motion
You had a motion.
to approve Mr. Jernigan's sign. Did we have a second? I don't mean to be doing
did you second? it?
chairman's job
Or you
here,
did-
but
I don't know if you seconded it.
we
You
got,
s-
we got
It's
shifted
a,
gears.
my second is a yes, but if if we agree that we interpret K as the way that I read this, then I make a second. Because I now believe that I have been interpreting this incorrectly for the past
Okay,
4 years.
so
But I only want to second if I'm following the rules.
I got you.
Okay,
Okay. I got you.
all right.
Well, we don't have any lawyers here, do we?
So for clarification, I asked Mark Williams, whose name was on this original charter, and he said, I don't remember when we wrote this, but I can tell you that it was to try to not make it look like Las Vegas.
I got you, okay. That's kind of the intent, the overall intent behind
Sure,
it.
so
Okay.
that makes sense. Okay.
Well, just as a comment, I really appreciate what you've done. I mean, I like this proposal. It's 1,000% better. I really, really like it. I know it's been heck for you to deal with us and everything else, but I'm excited about it, and so.
Is that a second?
However, I'd be happy to second it. If, he's gonna second it, right? If,
Am I following the rules?
So I think, that we have a motion, we have a second, even with your butt.
Okay.
And then you all could take it to a vote, if you agree with his interpretation. But if there is a little bit of questioning on the interpretation, we can also put on the agenda to amend the, help me,
verbiage, the wording,
the the grammar
Yeah, yeah,
of the way it's written for the next meeting. So let's take care of Steve.
yeah.
And
That's,
then we can take care of the grammar at a following
Yeah,
meeting.
I hear
Make
you.
it more clear so we don't have to interpret or do but interpret.
and to do that rewording, that all has to have second readings and go to
Yes,
legal
yes,
people.
so if we want to do some grammar changes, we'll hear it here, type it out.
Yeah,
if we
gotcha,
wanna
gotcha, okay,
Send it to the Board of Mayor and all.
got it.
And they have, and it had to go through 2 readings.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, I got
That's
it.
correct.
If we approve this as is with internally illuminated, that makes Steve also want to internally illuminate his front-facing sign.
That's not true. He loves this one that he's got here. Don't complicate things.
No, he said, but I would prefer.
I would prefer it be electronically lit somehow. I mean, like, I don't know, I'll have to talk to Jamie about the options.
And then talking about the tasteful part, what you mentioned previous, I really like that black. That black sign looks good. How
Oh,
much
it's
does
awesome.
How much does it cost to slide a new one of those in front of the white one? Is it only like $100?
Well, he's using the
no.
white one.
Yeah, I'm
No,
saying
like-
slide the black one across it.
Yeah, but he's gonna
I
use,
mean,
you mean the current one?
So just so you guys know, I mean, like, if I could use my current sign and put it on the front of the building, that's about a $300 move. Because I'm trying to appease the committee, I'm spending $2,700 to get a new sign manufactured, plus electrician to wire, plus mounting and all that.
Well,
So, I
what were we
mean,
gonna spend on the side sign?
Zero.
$100, a
Oh,
4x8 piece of metal with, I mean, yeah.
oh,
I get signage made all the time.
oh,
you know,
okay,
4x8
okay, I thought it
that's
was,
around
I
that.
thought that sign was gonna be a little more involved in that, but it was just basically a 4x8 sheet of something.
Sheet of metal with vinyl wrapped, you know.
I
with-
got you,
yeah.
I got you, okay.
So, I mean, it's, I am putting forth more than good effort,
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah, okay.
But there's a motion and a second.
There's
And-
a
and so-
motion. Yes, there is.
I agree. I'll go with Will.
And so, I mean, as you guys are motioning and accepting, I will keep this sign the same theoretically.
Okay.
And if the language changes, I may try to add something to, you know, some back LEDs or something that make it look better, you know, hidden behind it or something,
Make
but,
it backlit.
yeah, something. But, as I'm humbly coming before you today, that's what I got.
Okay. All right, so we have a motion and we have a second to accept it as proposed, involving both signs, correct? As proposed here, correct?
Correct? Yes, sir.
Okay. We have a, all in favor of this, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Much appreciated.
The way you have it presented here, it is acceptable.
Okay.
Okay.
And I think I'm done with your approvals for now. I
Now,
don't
I
think,
should- I should
I think
also-
the building is
Okay.
good on the exterior and
We
looking nice.
will, just for your information, we will meet later and discuss the verbiage of this. And if, by chance, the verbiage becomes more strict, let's just go down that road a minute, to where internally illuminated is not allow, period, okay? Your sign will still, on the side, will still be okay because it will have been grandfathered in by the time that
Fantastic.
change is made, okay?
Sounds great. Guys, thank y'all very much. I appreciate your time, and like I said, I know this is 3 meetings deep, but I appreciate the special call and everybody making an appearance.
Thank you, Steve.
Glad-
Appreciate
that's
your
why we're here.
patience.
Thank you, Steve.
Yep.
Okay. I like the idea of having a specific item on the agenda to discuss that verbiage. 'Cause we've tripped on that every time,
Yeah?
yeah, every time.
I like the idea of a very clear list, like Ken mentioned. And then, once we decide on that, Brittany, we need to talk about how do we make sure existing signs, do we need to talk about existing signs? No, it's not an easy conversation, but moving forward, we've got to have teeth, so someone doesn't just say, piss on it, I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
So-
because that has clearly happened, and that's bothersome,
Yeah.
okay?
The Henley propane sign was a big sticking point for me in this conversation.
Yes, I'm glad you brought that up, because it was for me too. I don't recall that ever coming before this committee.
Yeah.
I don't think it did. So there's one that just went up in complete defiance of Codes Department, just did it, okay? So, yeah.
You all have been more involved with this language than I have, for a lot longer than I have. Is there anything else that we should kind of hit that's been questionable, or has it mostly been focused on signage that's been problematic? Has there been anything else that's, I haven't read through all this, and
You talk.
in terms of any of the
type
language that
any
looks a
type
little.
of Signage or anything else?
Anything else that when we hit,
Anything else
when we're gonna hit
besides
signage, is there anything else that's brought up that seems like it's kind of a sticking point, that's being interpreted weird, or, okay, I'm just curious. I mean, we must get a few things on the list if we're gonna have a meeting, to talk about it. But,
No, you're right.
but if signage is the key, then, I mean, I don't know what else is in there, what else do we talk about? Building materials?
Well, we have talked about building materials, we have talked about,
Do we talk about heights of buildings, or shapes of buildings, or, I mean, any of that stuff, offsets, or anything?
that has never come up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The colors and signs,
Because,
Building colors? Okay.
which I mean, we have our.
Yeah, okay.
okay.
The reason I wanted you to bring the first reading from Steve was because I thought I remembered the sign going above the roof, but it doesn't. That's in the language.
It can't go above the roof line? Okay.
Okay.
I think his clip art
Yeah.
had it going above the roof line, but it did not truly do that.
No, it's a much better solution. I mean, the one that we proposed.
I like it. All right, any other
So-
business?
The next meeting would be January 1st. That's a holiday. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to be here. So, we'll do another special call, and it would fall on the 8th.
The 8th is the following Thursday, yeah, okay.
And then if you'll,
Okay.
just add this
I just-
amendment to.
I stuck my neck out and put it at the bottom of the agenda for the 8th anyway, so.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Okay. So we're okay, all right.
Okay, but I think technically it would end up being a special call because it's a holiday.
And that makes sense, okay, all right, that'd be fine. So let's plan on doing that, because even if we don't have any COAs, let's talk about this. I mean, we're past time talking about this. All right. Okay,
Okey-doke.
any other business? Got a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Okay, second?
Second.
Okay. All right, let's move to adjourn. Let's adjourn this meeting. Thank you for coming, people.
Are you out of the office anytime over the holidays, or
Am I what?
are you out of the office anytime?
I'm taking the whole week of Christmas off.
Oh, you are, okay. When do we next meet for planning? Monday. You can